Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO edition. This is Gnarlrynae. Say hello everyone, Gnarlrynae. Good girl. We were here at the Adso Hay Bank, here at where he is building his new inn halfway between Buckland and Breetown over here, and he has been having a problem with some bandits. As you see, we've got down payments, supplies and demands, matter of feed. So we need to go kill some boars, and we need to go take out a good number of brigands over at the old Sweetgrass farm over there. That's where we went just a while ago to go and see if we could help him out with paying back a debt that he owes to Bill Fernie. Lord, he's got the trouble of getting into debt to Bill Fernie, hasn't he? Not a wise thing to do. So we're going to head that way, and in the meantime, see if we can catch some of these boars while we're at it as well, since they are the ones that we are going to have to get for the boar's head stew that the fella is making over there. Let's see, has that gotten us ahead? Nope, that one didn't come up as one, so we'll have to continue hunting. Hope everyone's having a good one. We are having a good time here. I believe I understand that. There we go, collected boar heads. Let's take a matter of looking at it here. A great boar head. All right. So yeah, Roger is wanting us to collect the boar head so he can make his world, probably infamous boar's head stew. Let us look at old Sweetgrass farm over here as well. Yep, there we go. And if I remember right, they should be all back here in these fields. And yes, they are. They are all over the place here. Let's get a little bit closer. Is this one going to be one that's going to allow us to... It is. Good. Defeated brigands at the old Sweetgrass farm. 1 of 12. So that's what we're going to be up to. Oh, and the coin purses. Indeed. We got to look for coin purses and workers' tools. Stolen from Adso's workers, this coin purse will be welcomed by its original owner. These tools are a necessary component of building Adso's inn. Okay, so you see what we're going to be doing. We're going to be hunting down all the brigands here. Moving through the whatever this is. Possibly pipeweed? No, it doesn't really have the kind of pipeweed thing on top of it, does it? Looks more like a wheat farm, maybe. Alright, so we're going to continue hunting along, see what we can take out here. And they range all around over here, including like their little bandit leader right over there that I think you get a later quest here to take out. Oh, everything along here is getting to be yellow, aren't they? What? To take a look just right quick. Volume 1, Stirrings, and that one is Even Stevens. I'm thinking... Yeah, I am thinking what I am going to do. Let us go ahead and trade out the tortoise stone. There we go. We are still carrying the stone of the tortoise, aren't we? Yes, we are. We are going to take that out, and what did we put in its place? The novice's mark? Is that what we were using? Yeah, the plus 10 run speed. Let's swap them on out. Guess what, people? We're going to be earning experience again for a little while. We have gotten up to the point where, yeah, we're getting yellow. We are actually getting quests that are a little higher than we are. And we are getting enemies that are a little higher than we are as well. There we are. Defeated brigands at the old Sweetgrass Farm. You have reached level 15 and now may purchase a personal home. For prices and availability, visit a classic housing broker near Micheldelving, Thorin's Hall, Dualand, or Southern Bree, or premium housing broker in Dol Amroth or Minas Tirith. Premium housing upkeep is waived for VIPs, which we do happen to be one. Okay, we have acquired the Knowledge of Cure skill, and we've acquired the Power of Knowledge skill as well. Okay. Now, let's keep an eye down here because we definitely don't want to level up to level 17, which I don't think will happen in this one, but let's just watch to be sure. I'm also curious whether individual characters can have actual houses now. It used to be one per account, so I'm wondering if that is still the situation. We will be able to find that out as well, won't we? Notice how everything is turned white. What happened to the actual quest here? I wanted to put this one up there too. Add to the tracker. So it is white too. Okay, everything is on level. And that's what we're trying to do. Keep everything going on level. Alright, let us continue hunting some brigands. We have got a little ways to go. We are only about halfway through it. So I will catch up with you when we have finished that and collected the boar's heads as well. Okay, folks, we are going to work on our reconstruction here. When we left off, we had just recently dinged up to level 16, as you would know. We also discovered that in that time we started getting a message, and about 5 minutes later, we dropped the novices mark out of our character sheet here, and it went back into our inventory. And the reason for that is, as you see, maximum level 15. So that means we're not going to have our plus 10 run speed anymore. I am so disappointed by that. We're going to be running around at our regular speed. She saw max level 15. So we're going to sell this off. It'll become a new piece of vendor trash, I suppose, to turn in with the rest. I will miss it, however. I'm thinking that they do that because they wanted to ensure that speed everyone along with getting a horse. And of course, since you can't naturally get a horse at this level, I don't think you can naturally get a horse until level 20 now. It used to be level 30. Okay, we're putting in a little pause here. It used to be that you couldn't get a horse, not level 30, level 35 was the first time that you could get a mount. That's when you could go over to Henstaker Farm and talk to Eogar, is that his name? Eogar, yeah, over at Henstaker Farm, and get the riding quest, and that was level 35. And the horses then cost 4.5 gold, I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was 4.5 gold back then. And that was back when 4.5 gold was a lot of freaking dinero. You really had to work hard at it, especially if you weren't a raider like I wasn't. Then later on, there was a founder's horse as well. The founders had a special horse that they could do that they got and could start riding at level 15. And a short while after that, they put in called the Breeland Starter Steed. And it was a slower horse, had less health and all that, but it cost less money. And you could get it at level 20. So you could take the quest then, at riding quest, at level 20 and start riding the starter steed. That was the first time that they started making the quest earlier and reducing the amount that you could get it. Now, of course, you can buy the riding skill over in the store. Or if you are a VIP player like we are, you go over and you can do the quest over with Eogar at level 8 now. So at level 8, we could actually start riding. I am still kind of torn on this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been looking at trying to play this the way it was, as close as possible back in the day, but I may wait. We're at level 17. I don't know. Let's see how annoying having to run now is that I've lost my novice mark. And we'll see whether or not we might have to go and buy a steed a little bit earlier than we were planning to. But now I believe it's level 20, so trying to speed you along to buy the stuff necessary for that. But we'll see. You know, I'm still holding off. I mean, I ran for 30 levels. Ran by foot for 30 levels on my own Gnarlo and Gnarlrynae, so that won't be an issue. I am patient. And I'm sure at some point in time we'll find something to put into our pocket. Let's see. What have I got to put in my nasty pocketuses? Oh, I still need to do the Ethelian coins too. I think those are the ones, yeah, requires novice. Those are the ones that I have to take over there and turn into Barliman Butterbur. We've got the Stone of the Tortoise. I believe at the moment that is the only, I really think that's the only pocket item we're carrying right now. Yep, we haven't gotten anything else for our pockets at the moment. We do need to keep an eye down here, especially since it's the next day. We have gone past into the next day, so our blue bars come back. We want to make sure we don't level on up to level 17. Everything's a nice white. We're running at the level we're supposed to be. So we're going to keep an eye on that and throw that tortoise stone back in when we need to. After finishing off the various brigands over there, we then headed over into this area and started hunting these splinter tusks here. And that's where we were getting our materials to make the what's his name? Roger Hawk something down there. Roger Hawkwood, Hawkwind. Something like that. That's where we're getting his ingredients for his boar's head stew. So we continued hunting all in this area until we have managed to collect enough boar's heads off of the various splinter tusks out here. So at that point, we went back over the hill, went on back down here to Adzo's camp. That should be his wagon, I think, right there. One thing nice about nighttime is that you can see the fires, campfires and all, from a long ways off. So we're going to come on down. And when we reached Roger Hawkling, that was his name. Okay. So then we talked to Roger here. And at this point, I'm probably going to do screenshot type stuff while I recite the quest text and turn in while I had already have pulled up. And he gave us a matter of feed. Boars can grow quite large and dangerous. The boars of Brie have always been a source of food, and the ones here in the southern Brie fields are no exception. Adso and others have grown fond of one of my meals, boar's head stew. If you could help gather the heads, I can make my delicacy and keep folks here well fed. And after turning it in, a very fine job, to say the least. And after we got the matter of feed from him, after we had turned that in, that's whenever he came up with a couple other quests for us.
Why are you bothering me?
The ones being a matter of warmth and wolf pelts. Winter would be upon us soon, and folk around here will need to keep warm. Those southerners keep looting the site here and taking the most important things this camp has, chief among them blankets and pelts for keeping warm. I joined Adso here because the pay was good, and hunting bear has long been my profession. I would have thought that leaning up against boxes was your profession, but we'll pass on that.
Bear hides can be used for good blankets, but I can only hunt so many, and there's need of me to cure the hides. If you are willing, there's a great many bears in a hollow just north of Outlaw's Haven. Outlaw's Haven is west and north of Adzo's camp. Get me some hides, and I will make it worth your while.
All right, we can do that. If we do that, we will increase our rep again, and we will get the, seems to be standard for this level, the 2 silver and 55 copper. Along with that, he also had us doing wolf pelts. And his dialogue for that was,
You there! You've a wolf problem which needs addressing. Some time ago, Adso bought a fine, fat milk cow out of Buckland. But filthy wolves out of the old forest stole it, slaughtered it, and dragged it off. Hunt down the foul wolves in the northern part of the old forest. Bring me pelts as evidence of your work. I won't take any old shabby pelt, mind you. I'll only accept the largest and the most lustrous.
Okay. And for this one, he is going to reward us with the 2 silver and 55. Ooh, and then he's going to give us a staff. Hawkling's knife or Hawkling's staff. The staff is actually not as good as brace girdles here. So it looks like we'll probably be vendoring it away. But we'll take a look at it first to make sure it looks decent for what we're wanting. Okay, so that finished us up with Roger Hawkling. At that time, we noticed that Graham over here, the grocer, we came over to see about doing some trading with him, and noticed that he had a quest up. And he has searching for fresh springs.
This is intolerable.
We have been working quite hard on the building for some time now, and it's thirsty work, but it seems that our water supply is running low. One of our hunters came across a spring in the northern parts of the old forest, where the water is particularly sweet and refreshing. A strange thing to find in such a wretched, gloomy wood. Go southwest into the old forest and stay in the north woods. The spring is a beautiful place, hard to miss in that dismal forest. I would appreciate it if you could fetch that water for me as soon as possible. I would hate to run out before you return. The forest is getting dangerous, I hear, so you'll want to be careful. Okay. And I remember this quest. It was quite the fun one. He's going to give us the typical 2 and 55. We get some increased rep. And then mostly, I think, at this point, it is, yep, it's all stuff we can't use. So it'll all be vendor trash here. I do remember doing that quest and having quite the time, because that was back before I knew the old forest even as well as I know it now. I've forgotten a good deal of it, but it was fun getting in there and finding the spring, which we'll see if we can do here shortly. And indeed, the fact that when you find the spring, the pleasant surprise that comes along with it there. All right, let's talk to Adzo. We came over here to Adzo.
What do you need?
And that is where we came across the payment in full stuff going on here. Okay, we're turning in down payments. That's the one where he had us killing the brigands up there. So we are going to look at the quest and everything dialogue for it first.
I do not know what to do. The brigands told me to pay them 3 equal payments and that they would spare my workers and myself. I held my part of the bargain. Now they want more. I haven't anything left after sending workers to Buckland for supplies and the meager rewards I can offer folk for helping me out here and there. I cannot allow my workers to suffer for my mistake. I fear I may need to stop work on the inn, but Chief Watcher Grimbriar is working against the brigands here, so I must ask, would you be willing to help me send a message to these brigands? I hear you have already done some work against the brigands before. I am sorry if I'm mistaken, but these are evil men, and they must be stopped. If you're willing to help, could you return to the old Sweetgrass farm and send a message to these brigands? The old Sweetgrass farm is a short distance northeast of here. We turned it in. We got the 2 silver, the 55, and increased rep with the man of Bree. Oh, it's done then, and too late to change now. Oh me, I fear I have made a greater error than ever before. One of the men came here, and I stood up to him. I fear that this may have been an error.
Threats and follow-through.
By standing up to the man, a fearsome brigand named Dirk Hawthorne, I fear I have doomed us all. He set up a camp immediately to the east, just on the north side of the ruins there. He threatened to return with enough forces to stamp out my little homestead before it can be recognized as anything more than a burned patch of land. Mercy me! What a fool am I! Please, Gnarlrynae, help me fix this error so that I can see the dream realized.
We picked up from here, paying bills.
Before you run off, I wanted to ask you for another favor. While that brigand was talking to me, I saw some of his seconds bullying one of my workers, while 2 others made off with a bit of my produce. That produce feeds my workers and keeps them strong. I need to get that back if they are to remain hale and hearty. I am certain that you will find the produce has been distributed to any of these foul brigands in the southern Breefields, but there are plenty near the ruins where you are going. Will you recover the produce for me?
Okay, everyone, so after getting the quest from Adzo here, saying that, having turned in the Sweetwater quest and saying that we had the bandit chief over here who has threatened him and said he's going to come back and stamp out this little settlement, we then ran over this way to see what we could do about collecting the, taking out the bandit leader and collecting the goods. Collecting the produce, the crates of Adzo's goods. And they are right over here. His camp is just behind these ruins here. And yes, we are filming these at very odd times as we go along. I thought I had it all filmed whenever I was recreating it there, but no, I actually managed to get into an area where I forgot to film coming over here and taking on the bandits. Including the robber here who's asleep. We're going to shoot him again just for good measure. Get up off your lazy butt, fella. I think the little dude running around up there is about to take on the entire camp. It looks like he's collecting everybody to fight up there, so we may have to wait for him to finish his little thing. But in the meantime, since he seems to have cleared it a little bit, I can come right up here and show you that not only were we getting goods off of the people, there's Dirk Hawthorne right there, the guy that we killed. That's the guy that he wants us to kill. These crates here also have goods in them, so we had to come along and get the stuff out of the crates as well. Alrighty, he's taking it on. You see where Dirk is. He's over here at his camp. I'll let him do his thing. So we killed Dirk. We shot the bandit under the tree. We killed a good number of the others. We collected those 2 crates. And then we came running back over here to Adzo's camp. So we're going to head back over to his wagon. And I'm telling you, we may do a movie trick. We may see what we can do. Since we're shooting day for night, as they say in the movie trade, we may see if we can like filter this down and turn it kind of blue like on all those old westerns from the 60s that you remember seeing. And the cop shows from the 70s that you can remember when everything just kind of looked blue because it was nighttime and wasn't really night. It was daytime, and everything down here was blue and the sky was awfully bright. We'll see what it looks like here in just a second. Let's come back over here to Adzo, turn in the quest for him, and see where he sends us next.
You did it! Look at these onions, still green and fresh. My workers as well are indebted to you now. I haven't much more to give, but you have earned this, at least this much. Thank you, Gnarlrynae.
Having finished up everything with Adzo and doing all that, he is wanting us to run one more quest for him against these brigands here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the history of it. Look, friend, I have one more favor to ask of you, and it's a terrible thing, too, that fills me with shame to talk about. You know that Bill Fernie I had you pay off before? Well, he sent me a message telling me that his henchman, Brunmore, would be after me. He went so far as to tell me that the knave is west and north at some place called the Outlaw's Haven. It seems all this big talk is backed by this fellow, and if he is to come here, this scant crew will be useless. But you've proven yourself over and again. If you can drive off that Brunmore, maybe I can get out of this mess. Get rid of him for me, and I swear it's the last thing I'll ask of you. And I'll pay you well, too. Apparently, the Outlaw's Haven is west of my camp and a little ways north, with watch posts and a fenced encampment on a hill. Okay, we can do that. And he is offering us quite a bit here, about twice as much as the normal reward, and a number of items that we can look at, too. Okay. So having finished up with Adso and gotten his last quest, we moseyed on over here to Buckley. And Buckley, our provisioner, he had the ones where he had us looking for the... He had us looking for the tools and the items, the coin purses that they had stolen off of the workers here. So, let's see, supplies. Yes, this is the one, supplies and demand. So let's go ahead and look at the text, since that's the one we were turning in. Hail, friend. I have news that will likely make you see the severity of our lives here. Adso is a good fellow, trying very hard to keep us safe, and he has done a wonderful job with the meager means he has left. But I simply know that it is not enough. These brigands encroach ever closer, and they will not leave us be. Already those knaves up near the old Sweetgrass farm have taken tools and coin purses from the workers here. Those who keep their faith in Adso, and now Adso puts his faith in you. How do you feel about helping Adso see the worth of his workers? So we turned back in the tool and coin purses and got this response. Look at that. You got them all back. I am sure to see that these are given back to their rightful owners. I must say, perhaps Adso is right to put his faith in you. And once we finished up with that, we were given In the Shadow of Giants was the one that he gave us after that one. Nails are running low. Yes, the brigands even took our nails. Can you imagine? Thieves of a different sort than I have ever seen. We needn't fret over the nails, though, and with the cost of iron where it is, I have reasoned a better solution to the problem with building Adso's Inn. The only problem is that the solution lay to the south within the old forest. In the shadow of the giant trees, there you will find roots. Massive tendrils, poking from the earth with the strength of the ages. If we can get tough vines from those roots, we can craft strappings to our crossbeams together and save the remaining nails for everything else that we need to build. What say you? Do you have the heart to face that dark and gloomy place to collect up some strapping from those roots? Okay, folks, no more day for night. Real night has fallen in the game now, and we are back here at Adso's. I hope that was fairly understandable as we get along. I think I hit all the turn-in text, and I think I hit all the bestowal text as we went along. I've showed you where we were hunting the boars, and then when we went over there and hunted the Dirk and his bandits over there, and then collected all the rest of the quests. So I think I've done a fairly decent job of patching up the 25 minutes or so that we lost whenever the recording program decided to go all borky on me. So there you go. That's where we are now. I will try and get another episode up today, late today probably, to make up for having missed the window yesterday when I was trying to get this up when everything went south on us. So we'll try and do that. What we'll probably do is go into the north part of the old forest here and see about hunting the wolves that we need to get and find find the spring, which will be good, and then possibly go up here into the Breefields and the Brandy Hills and see if we can put an end to the bandit menace once and for all and defeat Brummer. And I think after we do that, oh, we got to kill some bears too to make some pelts, don't we? I think next time we're going to try and finish all this up, see if we can finish up all of Adso's camp here. Get the last quest done for him, and then it will be continuing on with the epic quest, going back over into Bree to go and talk to Strider and give him a much delayed update on what's been going on back over yonder in Buckland and Crick Hollow, and the fact that his ranger friend got ran down by the Black Riders. So that's where we are. Hopefully this has been okay and y'all have enjoyed it. I've tried to put in a little humor with the night for day shot and everything like that to kind of make up for us not doing it live. So we will see where it goes. And in the meantime, I am going to sit here and ponder how I can make sure that that sort of thing never happens again. We'll see you again. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.